back. Here another story time. I'm doing part 2 of my Germany, my first time flying to Germany. Yeah. So I think I remember where I left off at was when I got off the plane. I was walking out the plane and seeing snow on the ground for the first time. That was an experience. So, as I'm walking through the airport to get my bags to check in with the USO, I had to go quickly change to something that was going to keep me warm. Man, that was a weird experience of my life. Just seeing snow and being that cold as hell, getting off that plane. Well, we're gonna bypass that right now. So, like I said, I'm walking through the airport of Frankfurt, Germany, seeing so many different things I've never seen before in my life. It was quite an experience. Scary as hell, but quite an experience. So, as I gathered my things to get picked up and taken to the reception center, man, it was crazy. It's crazy. As we're driving down the road, I'm looking at all the scenery, basically just experiencing everything, the signs, not knowing what it means. And it was surreal that I was in a different country. So, but I was blessed that I had the opportunity to see that for the first time and experience it. And I wouldn't change it for the world. It was a scary moment. So, all right. So as I basically got to the reception center and I checked in, and then they took me to the barracks, the unit I was going to be with. I had a week orientation where they basically gave me all the rules and regulations of what I couldn't do, and then how to basically learn how to speak German and everything. So yeah, that was probably the hardest week of my life, just trying to figure out how to speak the local language and to buy stuff with money that I've never seen before. So it was a hard time adjusting, but I think I got through it. Man, the craziness that came after that, wow. That was an experience that I would tell anybody to basically, it's worth taking a trip to another country that you've never been to experience what it's like. Man. So, as I got to the barracks, the unit was already in the field, so I just had to wait, until they came back and approach them, get engaged with them and know who they are, my first sergeants and my commander and everything. So, man, I think the time that I had by myself, just waiting for them to come back, it was scary. I never left the barracks. I stayed there and just watched TV. I think the experience of watching shows that you've seen before in English being translated in German, man, that's crazy. Before I get to that, let me speak on something. I want to send my condolences and prayers out to those who are experiencing this horrific time in the Bahamas. And also, don't forget Puerto Rico as well, and the rest of those islands that are suffering. I mean, we need to do something to help them out as well. Words can't express the horror that that they're going through, and the devastation of the loss of everything, life, and that island culture. So we need to do what we can to help them out. Prayers are good, but they need help now. People are still stuck on the island and trying to get off. We can do more to help them. There are agencies out there now that are basically trying to raise money to help them rebuild. If we can just help by donating, just donate if you can. That's what I'm gonna do. So, well, back to what I was talking about. Like I said, spending that first week in the barracks by myself, well, actually it was like a month because they was gone to the field for a whole month. So I did my time in there alone. There's just a couple of guys that were there who I met and became to call friends. But it was, watching TV it was hard. But if you have seen the shows and you know what was said before in English, but then now being translated to German, yeah, it was weird. It was weird as an experience. Like I said, I wouldn't change it for the world. So, man, I think just trying to immerse myself in the culture. Germans, they are friendly people. They are, if you go up to approach them, they might have that demeanor where they look and act mean or rude, but they're not. So, and at the time they will speak English to you. You know, if you don't speak German, they will speak English to you. So, but I think, like I said, spending that whole time in the barracks and not trying to get to know everybody or do anything, it's just, I say I'm doing my time and then I'm getting out. So, but enough of the sad part. It wasn't sad, it was just lonely. Because you didn't have your family, you don't have your family there. You don't really know anybody. You're trying to get familiar with where you at. So, but like I said, the guys that I did meet in the barracks, they showed me around and took me to places. And like I said, I told myself I'm not gonna get comfortable with it because I'm not gonna make it an enjoyable moment for me. But stuff changed, so as some of you know, yeah, life changed a whole lot for the better. Yeah. But like I said, those guys, they showed me, you know, a little bit, some of the side of, you know, what Germany has to offer. Like I said, going out downtown and stuff and just seeing the difference of atmosphere between the States and being overseas, it was mind-blowing. It was a changing experience that I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't change for anything in the world. And it made me open my eyes to a lot of stuff that I see back here in the States that doesn't really happen over there. So for instance, like walking downtown or walking anywhere where you don't have to watch your back, you know, for anything to kick off or whatever. Don't get me wrong, there are certain groups of people that don't like Americans, but you get that almost anywhere you go. But for the most part, Germany was real good to me. If I had a camera with me when I was there to show y'all everything, man, you'll see stuff like this.
Them years of my life that I'm playing mass, boy, I never see this. All you want to get hide.
It's a great time. It's a great time. I miss it because the people were great. The food was awesome, and the environment, atmosphere was the best. Like I said, you don't have to look over your shoulders to feel like, you know, somebody's out to get you or trying to do anything to you. It doesn't happen there. They don't have guns and people out there trying to shoot you for idiotic reasons. But back to the story. So, like I said, the guys that I did meet in the barracks, they took me downtown and took me out to the clubs where I've never experienced that side of life before. It's not like it is in the States. Like I said before, going to an event or going to a club, you don't have to look over your shoulder. Everybody basically in there just to have a good time. Man, it was great. It was great. Like I said, I wish I had a camera to show you, but man, there's things that I think people should experience them once in their lifetime. So, but to move on from that, like I said, they showed me, you know, that part, and yeah, when my unit got back from the field, I met a couple of guys that, you know, became like brothers to me. You know, we hung out, we acted the fools, did stuff that, you know, you should never do again in your lifetime. You do it just once and that's it. So, like I said, when my unit got back, I got to know them and met a couple of guys that became like true brothers to me. We hung out, we, you know, almost did everything together. And then I met this one E5 who basically just showed me everything. Bad side, the good side of Germany. More the good side. I just wish I could remember, you know, it's been like years and years and years. So once I was in, but that guy was a good NCO. Like I said, he showed me everything. Cause like at the time I was like, well, I'm just gonna do my 2 or 3 years and then I'm getting out. I'm done. He showed me that. He showed me what the military could be like and what being overseas could be like. So I took that for what it was, and as most of you know, I did 20 years. I wouldn't change it for nothing in the world. That was the best time of my life, because it's more of a mindset where you put yourself through. You have to remember, you're gonna do your job. You're gonna do PT. You're gonna do your job. Or physical training, basically getting up in the morning, exercising, and come back, take a shower, and then get ready to go to work. from 9 to 5. You put up with all the crap. But after that, being in overseas, you get to experience and see stuff you never saw before. I enjoy the hell out of it. Man. Yeah. Like I said, you'll see in this clip that I'm going to show you. What journey looks like and experience. They have Volksfest, what we call here fairs in the States, and it was like it's a chill atmosphere. You know, you can go eat, drink, you know, enjoy rides and everything. There's a little bit bigger than ours. You know, food in the States are a lot more greasy and sweeter, and you know, have a little bit more taste. But theirs is, they have a variety of stuff, but it's more like, it's more of it. So, but like I said, it was an experience, and they showed me all that. You know, going to the club, like, club experience was something different. And you know me, cause I don't drink, don't smoke, so just going to the club, just basically chilling and watching my boys just act the fool, you know, get on the floor and just dance and do all the routines or whatever, and then, you know, just chill. Oh man, it was fun. It was fun. Like I said, I wouldn't change it. You know, after spending I would say because my first year went by quick, and you know, had friends, talked to them, you know, lost the friends and moved on. So, but after that first year, you know, doing everything that I wanted to do, seeing everything, and, you know, I was like, okay, well, you know, if it happens, it happens. I meet somebody, and which it did. So, you know, I met the woman that I was destined to be with, and from there we did things and went places that I've never thought I would ever visit. So it was a wild ride. So I think I want to say our first trip that we did together, man, I think it was Paris. That was one of the most exciting trips I had ever been on. And I'll tell you another one, but it's probably up for another story. But yeah. And that woman that I met, you know, think about it, just lights up my world. Like I said, eventually I wind up marrying her, and we're still together 21 years. just to mention her name. In German, it's Manuela. And man, for short, it's Ayla. But that woman, she changed everything. She made me open my eyes and see a different side of what life and experience truly has to offer. And it doesn't matter because, like I said in the beginning, you see different people. You know, it isn't destined that you're supposed to be with your race or the color or whatever. It's what your heart puts in front of you. And I never, you know, in a million years, after leaving the States to go to Germany, imagine myself being married to a beautiful woman, German woman, and yeah, experiencing life the way I did. I mean, we have our ups and downs, but who doesn't? Life is, there's no perfect life, you know. It's what you make of it. But getting back to like I said, just experiencing life with her for the first part when we first got together. Man, going places, doing things together. Like I said, I would to never, you know, see stuff like you imagine yourself watching stuff on TV and saying that one day I want to see that, but never envision yourself immersed in the culture of integration of every culture out there. So don't limit yourself, you know. Don't think it's just one person or one race that you are destined just to be with. It's what your heart tells you. So my heart doesn't see color. So yeah. It sees the perfect person for you. Man, I know I say there's no perfect, but it's love, you know? I'm not trying to get too sappy in this video and just telling you how I feel about this. So, but like I said, visiting Paris, man, standing on the Eiffel Tower, that was the moment where I was like, I'm this young man from Georgia who never experienced anything in his life besides what he knew growing up. So, man, that was a moment. That was a moment. And just visiting all the museums, seeing the Mona Lisa, man, just, it's great times, great times. And I'm not going to go too much into it, but I think my next one would be talking about Amsterdam. If you ever want to experience something crazy and wild, you have to watch this next video, man. Like I said, you need to subscribe to my channel and like, push that like button, notification button as well. I guarantee you, you know, I'm gonna talk about all of it. But like I said, right now I'm just gonna mention everything that we did while we was in Paris. Now, here's some crazy stuff for you. Driving in Paris, man, that's a nightmare from hell. Yeah, just driving around in town, but we were on the bus. But just driving around, watching people drive, man, just like, if you watch like some of those cartoons where cars just be zipping by and just driving in between each other, that's what it was like. Man, just just to maneuver through that is a nightmare by itself. But like I said, I'll show you pictures and might be one up there. So, but man, wow. People, stop limiting yourself to what you know here in the States. Get out, experience everything, and learn and experience new cultures. So, yeah, I think no, let me back up. So, back in when I was, like I said, in the barracks with my guys, Whitehead, Hawkins, and then Robert. Man, those were 3 guys I hung out with. So we did some crazy stuff, you know, experienced some crazy stuff that you wouldn't even think about. Some guys do, but think about stuff that they probably want to do in their lifetime. But yeah, I mean, crazy. But I was, partying all the time. I was always, since when I got my license, to drive on the Autobahn, you know, it's like, for us, it's a highway, but there, in certain parts, there are no speed limits. When I mean no speed limits, I mean you can hit almost, then it's like 220 Ks, which is, I want to say, almost 120 or 130 miles per hour. Man, that's exhilarating. But let's say dealing with those guys, we go to the club. When I first got my license, the first car I rented was a smart car. Yeah, imagine me, my 6'9" ass in a smart car, driving it around. I got lost for the first week or whatever, you know, just driving around. But you know, like once you get used to orienting yourself where you seen or been, you know where, okay, I've been here, I've seen this street, and I know where I'm at now. Then, you know, you find yourself, I wasn't lost like the whole week, no, just like every day I go out, try to find something different. So, yeah, driving around in a damn smart car is not, it's fun, because their cars are way faster than ours. But it's not the funnest thing in the world, being in a little smart car all squished up. But actually I did have a little room in there, so. But yeah, just driving on the Autobahn and just driving back and forth, you know, different towns to see where everything is, and on the weekend. Then I'll take that first night when we all went out together. They rented a car, but I had to drive because they didn't have a license then. So I took the car, we went out, went to the club, and it was in somewhere in Frankfurt. We went to this first club. We went down there and we had fun. We had a lot of fun. Of course, they got drunk and I had to drive their asses back, and I'm the only one up because they passed out in the damn seat. So with me, I blasted damn music and let the windows down so they asses can freeze in the back. But that was, for me, it was pissed off, but that was fun, because they had to start shaking and shivering and sitting in the back seat like, oh man, why's it cold? I said, well, because y'all asses sleeping, I'm driving. So, but yeah, that happened like every weekend. So, and then it's like we started taking chances by going to the club on Wednesdays and Thursdays and whatever, and then making it back just in time for us to take a shower, then head to formation. I was thinking like we pushed it like the envelope like every single time we did that. But it was fun. It was fun. Yeah. So, man. But like I said, you have to experience stuff. You know, I wouldn't change it. And those times with those guys, a group of guys, man, I do miss them. And I know you got Facebook and all that other stuff. You're trying to reconnect with them, but it's a different thing once you retire the military and you live in your life, and you still speak to them every now and then. But like I said, those times in there, we was boys. Yeah, we was like brothers. So, man, I wouldn't change. Like I said, I'm not gonna stay on here rambling on too much about that, but